We'll have another report from
I talked with some Topeka teens
a
today.
second mall built in the
From
80s.
about a half dozen twisters.
Lost in space for 5 years.
We'll hear that part tonight at 10. Ralph Hipp, 13 News.
And welcome in. It is Ralph Hipp Day in the city of Topeka.
Isn't that crazy?
As we turn the tables on our dear friend and colleague, Ralph Hipp, to honor his 30 years at WIBW-TV, nearly 50 years in the broadcasting industry. Congratulations to you, Ralph.
Thanks. And
You got to shake hands.
yeah, I get to, we'll do some handshakes and hugs and all that stuff, and the family is here. So thanks for putting all this together. And I did mention yesterday, and Melissa is the official host of the Red Couch Show.
I'm glad to have you as our first guest.
It's lovely to be here.
Yeah, so
I got to tell you, friends, I said, well, you know, the last show, I always like to have a guest on. I'm looking at, where are we here? We're on this one. Let's have a guest on. Let's have Tom Averill, the Washburn writer, and he'll talk about the book festival. Melissa said, no, we're not having any other guests today.
So it's all about you, Ralph. And we will have them on next week to talk about the book
That's
festival.
good.
So that this will continue the tradition that you have established of supporting the community through the Red Couch. Definitely will continue. But for you, Ralph, this journey, 50 years in broadcasting, what has it meant to you?
I'd mentioned we had a wonderful reception with all those lovely people from all around Topeka that came over to TCT last night. And I was mentioning, you know, you usually, when you start in this business, you learn your way. And I was one of those, a year here and a year there. I was just, and then you expect that. You expect to lose. And, you know, was here, this didn't work out, I came over here, this didn't work out, go to another place. And my uncle said, why don't you just come home and work in our factory and not do this television thing anymore? I was just driven by, I was going to figure this out. But in my hometown, then I became an anchor that this is your thing. Now you found your thing. It's not sports or this or that. So I was in Gainesville, Florida. And from there I went to Missouri. And we had a friend from WIBW, Ken Evans, who you probably know. Ken Evans was our Capitol reporter. He came down to Springfield. He didn't really like it, so he came back. He's one of the people that came back. Ken said, you may recall, he said, Bob Murray is retiring from the news,
right.
The 10 o'clock news. Bob Murray's leaving, and you should apply for this job. And if you like them and they like you, you could be here forever. So, and he was right.
Here you are.
So I thank Ken for that.
We do have some video that shows you through the years in various situations. MDA Telethon, of course, one of the favorite things that we have done over the years. What have you seen? I mean, what has kept you here, to have stayed here for 30 years, especially in today's day and age when most people are changing jobs every couple of years because they want to try something new?
They still do. They try to go to a bigger market, and I've worked in some bigger markets and really just didn't like it. I said, something is wrong here. You're supposed to go to the network if you're aspiring to do that, go to a bigger city, and I always went the other way. So I went back home, and I'm home. I'm my marble in the circle in the little round hole, and at WIBW, that thing that Ken said. So they just had you come in and said, you're free to stay or go. We don't sign people up for a certain length of time. If you find something that's great with us, just let us know. And then we started doing contracts. As you know, we do 2 years or 3 years. So, and my contract is officially up at 6:30 tonight. My contract expires, and decided not to do another
Down to the minute, so we're not keeping you late. But what is it about this community that you love most?
Well, that combines with the other part of the answer. As this is, there's some Bill Clinton and Bob Dole stuff and covering those guys. But WIBW, even when they were signing you up, we really have a unique ability through this station to connect to the audience. This station is so tightly woven into the fabric of Topeka that when they think of Topeka, they think of WIBW. We get our news from WIBW. We have since I was a kid. So when you do catch on, as Ken Evans said, the station, which is a gift, thank you God, they let you stay to get better. They allow you to get better, and they allow you to do the things you like to do. And then the audience connects with you, and then you are here forever if they like you and you like them.
It doesn't seem like it's been 30 years, and I know you are woven into the fabric of the community as well. We have more coming up from Ralph Hipp as he reflects on his career at WIBW-TV. Stick around.
Ralph Hipp, I cannot believe you're leaving. He's like a fixture. He's not supposed to ever leave WIBW, but what an honor and a true pleasure it was to be able to learn from you and to work alongside you for many years in Topeka. We wish you the very best.
He did leave, but he came back, and I'm glad you did for the folks of Topeka and Northeast Kansas, Ralph. I miss your humor. I miss your laid-back style that plays very well in the tense times of a newsroom. Enjoy your retirement, Bud. You certainly deserve it.
Hey there, Ralphie boy. I want to congratulate you on 30 years at WIBW, and that it was a pleasure working with you for those 6 or 7 years that we were together. And I just hope that retirement is as good for you as you were for Northeastern Kansas. Way to go, bud.
Ralph, congratulations on your retirement after a remarkable career. 48 years in broadcasting, including more than 30 bringing the news to Northeast Kansas. I have so enjoyed joining you on the Red Couch these past 12 years, sharing the consumer corner with your viewers. You know, we'll never know how many Kansans we've helped to prevent becoming victims of scam artists, but I know it's made a difference. So thanks again for letting me join you. And congratulations on your retirement. We're going to miss you.
I am pleased to join thousands of Northeast Kansans in wishing you well in retirement. We are all grateful for your 30 years of service in WIBW, informing the community of important events, guiding us through both joys and tragedies, and highlighting hundreds of young people through your Good Kids segment. And then, of course, there's your iconic Red Couch show. I have been at Topeka throughout your career. This is truly the passing of an era. Thank you for passing the baton to David Oliver. He will do well in your stead. So, on behalf of all Kansans, and particularly those of us in Northeast Kansas, good night and good luck.
Ralph, thank you for your amazing career in broadcast journalism here in Kansas. The people of Northeast Kansas have benefited from your care and compassion for people and your love for our state. And thank you for being a broadcaster, a journalist who operates with integrity. We all wish you the very best in this next phase of your life, and we're grateful for the time that you spent with us each day.
And there you have it. From both sides of the aisle, Ralph, you've had a lot of people through this Red Couch, and they all have admired and appreciated you.
I'm red-faced and flushed, and now I think I'm going to cry to hear from them. That is so amazing
What
to
is
hear
the
from
role
them.
that you feel like the Red Couch has played, especially when it comes to those election seasons, when we've had so many candidates come through here?
Yeah, we invited all the candidates as part of our, well, you know, not just have the commercial. The commercial is the commercial. By the way, I would tell our viewers, when you see a commercial that's political, we cannot change that. We are not allowed to alter that in any way. So the commercials are the commercials. So this show, we invited all the candidates, especially those city council candidates. That is important stuff. And gosh, 98% of them said, yes, I will be there. Because then they know if you're not on the couch, you're not going to talk to your district. Mm-hmm. But I've always felt there are the people wherever, let's say, the Speedy Petey race for Parkinson's patients. Let's take that as an example in Manhattan. The Speedy Petey race, people with Parkinson's who didn't know anything about that. So I'm the luckiest guy in the world. I'm the gatekeeper, and I open that gate. So you need to meet these people who will really help you out. So that's been really, if I can encapsulate it that way, that's been the coolest thing about this show.
It's the community connections.
Please, like, we say often, I did not even know that was going on, or I did not even know about that event, or that person or that candidate.
Any estimate how many people you've had on the couch in the 13 years of this show?
I couldn't possibly. And you know, you and I did the 4 o'clock news in 2006. It started.
Yeah, we started it
15 years ago. And then you were doing Live at 5. We had a Marla Carter. Marla Carter helped for a while. She left and went to Tulsa and then to Houston. She's a reporter in Houston now. And it was just me, and we only had 2 machines that worked for editing video. So I went back to my Gainesville, my radio days, and I'll just have people come on and I'll just talk to them about their group or whatever. That's how that started. We were doing it at the news desk, you may recall, the orange wall with the black table. So our boss said, I don't want you to interview people, and your show is awesome, by the way, you're really doing a great job with it, but I don't want you doing it on the news desk. So we'll get you like a Red Couch or something like that. I think you need a new one.
if it's not red, I don't know what people are going to think. Real quick, you have that sitting next to you because you want to show it off. It truly is Ralph Hipp Day in the city of Topeka. You received that from Mayor Padilla last night.
Right. He says, Ralph's provided a voice for Northeast Kansans on the Eye on Northeast Kansas, finally known as the Red Couch Show. And Ralph has hosted and emceed countless community betterment projects in Topeka and has been an ardent supporter of projects. Friday, September 2nd, 2022 is the final appearance, final newscast. I, Mayor Michael Padilla, do recognize Friday as Ralph Hipp Day in Topeka.
And
that
we had
is just
cake.
so awesome.
We had cake to celebrate, and
can you get that, Angel? Then, Melissa, when you do this show, then I have to make sure I'm holding it up straight.
Exactly. You
So
learned that lesson
that's a
well.
good
Well, we have something fun coming up next. We have a reunion of the Work Wives Club.
Oh,
when
great.
Our tribute to Ralph Hipp
Fantastic.
continues.
On Ralph Hipp Day, don't go away.
Greetings, folks. Mark Ewing here. A couple of things to know about Ralph on this happy occasion. Number one, he knows more useless sports trivia than any human being should know. And number two, if you want to measure how good Ralph was, how he was without a teleprompter was magnificent. He is as good as they get. So Ralph, it was an honor to sit near your left elbow for all these years at WIBW-TV, and we wish you all the best in your retirement. Go get him, Ralph.
Hey Ralph, enjoy your retirement, buddy. I hope that you and Sheila and Harrison and Lauren all get to spend lots of quality time together in the coming years. My favorite memories with you at WIBW weren't on air. They were all probably sharing a cubicle wall and telling stories that the FCC wouldn't approve of. You're a total legend in Topeka, and it's a better place to have had you delivering its news for the last 3 decades.
Hello to everyone in Northeast Kansas, and hello Ralph. I want to say a big congrats on your retirement. You were there from the very beginning of my career, always offering a word of encouragement or a steady smile to a nervous girl who had just graduated college and was at her first job in TV news. I have no doubt you guided so many young journalists along the way, and so for that I thank you. Enjoy your nights off, enjoy your retirement. I can't wait to see what's next, and sending you lots of love from New York City.
Congratulations, Ralph, on your retirement. I am so happy for you. You're my favorite office spouse. We had such a great time together, and you were an absolute joy to work with. Best of luck in your retirement. Go enjoy your family, and please know you will be greatly missed on Topeka TV.
Ralph, I just wanted to say congratulations on your well-deserved retirement. And I was sitting here thinking it's been several years since you and I sat next to each other at work, but it does feel like it was just yesterday. What an amazing ride you have had. Huge congratulations. I've got a little fountain behind me. Do you guys see that? Because I'm on vacation right now in Biloxi with my mom and dad. And I wish you peace and a whole lot of travel and a whole lot of rest in your retirement. And we all miss you, and I cannot wait to see you again soon. Be safe, be well, everybody. And Ralph, congratulations. We love you, buddy.
Oh gosh, great to see
so
all
Lori
of
and Dana could not be here. You mentioned Marla is in Texas now, but the rest of us are here. We call ourselves the Work Wives Club. Your real wife, Sheila, is here, but we are the ones who've taken care of you when you're away from home. She's checking in. Betty Lou Pardue is included in this group because the telethon is like a year and a day. Yeah. So you all did the MDA telethon for many years, and of course Mary Loftus and Sally Baltus.
It's lovely seeing all 3 of you again.
How different were we all, Ralph, in terms of working with each of us? How different were we all?
So talk about that year, you get used to a year. I walked into the building up on the hill and I looked around, but it's ivy covered. Oh, this is very lovely. You come inside, that newsroom was kind of worn. And I'm going, right? I said, oh my God, well, maybe I'll be here a year and go to Kansas City. So I was there 8 or 9 years, and I would give anything, ladies, I'd give anything to be able to be in that newsroom again.
Yeah. It was so fun. It was so fun. And of course, Ralph reported as it was burning down live during the 5 o'clock when when fire consumed that building several years ago.
We went up that evening and did the live report.
Sally, your favorite memory of Ralph?
Oh my gosh. You know, and it's been said many times, but you were so unflappable. You know, and I mean, I'm a little more wound tight, if you know what I mean.
Melissa is too.
We're a little more wound tight.
Mary, were you wound up tight? You're also the news director doing the news.
Well,
so it's like it's all on you.
I agree with that assessment, Sally, and I think that what I remember is the authenticity. And part of that authenticity was being cool, unflappable, never seeming to get angry or
yeah, it's
nervous
just, it's just you love
or
the job. It's
yeah.
How lucky am I to sit in this chair? So it's mostly that.
And we heard
Yeah.
last night when all the tributes were pouring in at the reception that you did lose your temper once. Not at a person.
At a computer.
At a computer. Who can't relate to that,
sounds right.
Ralph? That's Ralph.
And Betty Lou, when you talk about, you know, that unflappable ability,
Oh, yeah.
at least for a newscast, you're together 30 minutes. You all can walk away from it afterward and calm down. When you're doing telethon, you're there 12 hours, 24 hours in the beginning.
Exactly. And Ralph, it was just always so fun. And you know, sometimes if we had a short break when we went back to Jerry Lewis, you know, everybody would do something and everybody go, where did Ralph go? And he'd be off reading or, you know,
That story
something
again.
else,
He could calm down.
compressing.
I'm off reading. I'm going to be off reading next week. I'll tell you. Yeah.
Which is
Oh,
awesome.
for heaven.
But
No,
he
it's
would come
I
back.
had to be reading the next script for,
Yes.
don't you think so?
Well, but you know,
For the next pitch?
Perhaps,
Yeah.
but also
We had notebooks.
We did. We had, but wasn't the most rewarding thing about doing that was meeting and helping Jerry's kids, actually getting to go to Las Vegas, meeting the children, families, all ages, who had muscular dystrophy in one of its many forms, as we know.
Then you're really ready.
And
to
you're
go on.
ready.
Okay.
And Jerry would just give his all. And I've got to say, you always gave your all here in Northeast Kansas. And right back at you, Melissa, for when you came
three
on,
of
took
us,
over.
yeah.
They're all part
That
of
was
our
Stand
lives
up and
today.
clap.
That
Come
was
on, stand up and
We're
clap,
not gonna
everybody.
stand up and clap.
We're
Oh my
having a
God,
time
I have
warp
dreams
here.
about that. Speaking though of what you're going to do in retirement, Sally, I do see you brought a very appropriate book.
Yes, I have a segue, as they say. So I've been retired from the lottery for about 3 years. So I've actually been on this red couch, you know, being a guest.
Oh, we go
too.
see
Oh,
you.
yeah, you're fabulous.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I highly recommend it. But sometimes it does get a little quiet, you know, and I don't know if you have a dog. That's always
They have a new
helpful
puppy.
to take, you know, on
Yes.
a walk. But I know how much you love to read.
Put it in a book, folks.
So we have 101 fun things to do in retirement. And I, you know, took the liberty of, okay, I've looked through the whole thing.
She's done 105.
May I suggest chicken raising?
Chicken raising.
Croquet.
Sheila's going no.
Croquet
Sheila
would
says
be
no.
good.
Croquet,
Croquet.
Yes.
Might work.
clay shooting.
Clay shooting.
Yes, clay
You
pigeons.
can come and join Chris Fisher's clay shoot for kids. Sporting clays
His
for
thing
kids in
he's
August.
got. Yeah, yeah.
Another of your loves and passions, I know, is presidential history.
Sure.
So
sure
now
is.
you have an entire collection of presidential quotes as bookmarks.
There you go.
With Richard Nixon, he was one of the first people I covered at WIBW.
Right?
Your brother-in-law, Don Brown, and I went to go cover Richard Nixon
Oh, my
in Wichita. And Richard Nixon said, I remember, he said, "Thank you all for being here. And I invited my friends in the Washington Press Corps to come and join me, but he was busy today." That was it. How many times did he say?
You know, hey, I know
He was busy.
I know he wasn't a president, but you treated everybody last night to a little Jimmy. How about some tonight?
Oh, well, you know, but Melissa, the thing about doing the show, you know, like the news, you know, is a half an hour, but the red couch, it's only 25 minutes long. It's already it's 4:21.
Right, and your family is here, and
Yeah.
so
My
thank you,
gosh.
ladies. Mary, one final thought.
I was just going to say that your vast knowledge of presidents
amazing.
and all other subjects came in so handy during any live coverage. I remember when you first came, there was kind of an endless Veterans Day parade, and I remember thinking, man, I'm so glad Ralph is here. He has such a knowledge,
He knows everything.
wealth of knowledge about everything.
And we'd say, you know, Emporia started all this. We'd
Yes.
say that it started in Emporia.
Well, we
so.
do want to bring your family on, so
Oh, great.
we are going to thank you all so much for being here. We could go for 3 hours.
I
but
salute all of you. You're all
we'll
wonderful.
be right back.
You're all wonderful.
Good luck, Ralph. We love you so much.
The time has come to welcome another member to the Anchorman and Woman Hall of Fame, Ralph Hipp. He has met all the qualifications: service to the community, trustworthiness, And the most important qualification of all, to tell the truth. That is his dedication. And we congratulate you, Ralph, on behalf of myself and the other member of the Hall of Fame. Welcome aboard.
Well,
when he sent that, I was like, oh my goodness, that is so perfect.
Ron Burgundy was, he's amazing. Yes. I rank Bill Curtis #1 and Melissa Bruner #2.
Oh,
and I try to work to be #3.
But we have mentioned that there is a new partner that will be coming on board, and he has a greeting for you as well. So let's hear from David real quick.
All right.
So Ralph Hipp, I cannot congratulate you enough on a stellar and amazing run as the senior evening anchor there at WIBW. You know, I'm so fortunate that you're part of my journalism journey because you were right there at WIBW when I got my start in broadcasting. I got to look up to you as a mentor, and you have served as a mentor for so many generations now of broadcast journalists. Ralph, you can be so proud of a career very well done. We wish you nothing but the best, all happy years ahead in your retirement. And we thank you for setting the standard for all of us to follow in your footsteps. And we all thank you for your years of service to the people of Northeast Kansas.
And
wow, enjoy that chair, David. Yes. It's an awesome chair.
And Sheila, I know this has been important in your life because you and Ralph met because of this career.
We did.
You did?
We did. Do I need this? Yeah, no, Ralph interviewed me for a news story. That's how we met.
1987.
1987.
Almost 35 years
Thanks
ago.
for sharing the date, hon.
You guys are awesome. And Lauren and Harrison, for the two of you, as you've been watching your dad's career, what have you learned from that?
First and foremost, I would say the importance of a really good book and a well-timed joke.
Yes.
You can always pull that from my dad. And honestly, I think just remembering to stay curious about the people and the world around you.
Yeah.
And beyond that, we've kind of touched on it a lot already today, but just the importance of community, listening to each other, celebrating each other's stories, and just taking care of one another. So that's definitely something my dad leads in his professional and personal life. So
he may be leaving here, but we do have one final chair for you, Ralph. As you head into retirement, and Sheila, we have one for you as well. Maggie found this.
Welcome
you
to
have
the Red Chair Show, folks.
Chair.
Yeah. But I just want to close by saying, Lauren and Harrison were not even born when I started, so that's how long it's been, and it's been a terrific ride.
It has been. We have enjoyed having you. We've enjoyed your family.
Happy to share.
Yeah, exactly. Sharing him with us, and we certainly enjoy. Yes, it is Sheila's turn. We have a matching one for you. I don't know if you got that. So enjoy the rocking chairs.
Okay, we will.
We love you.
And love you too. Love you so much.
I finally did it. I finally did. I've been asking Ralph, are you going to cry? He's like, oh, no, I don't think so. Maybe when the reality hits. But folks, there's a little teary-eyed going on.
A little bit, and just a lot of happiness.
Exactly.
A lot of happiness and happy tears.
We're happy for you.
We'll do again at 6.
We'll do it again at 6,
right.
And we will see all of you with us then as well. Thank you.
The latest news, weather, and sports at WIBW.com or follow WIBW on Twitter, Facebook, and our mobile app. Thank you for making 13 News the most watched evening newscast.